Hey there, welcome to my channel. Make sure to leave a comment after watching. Thank you. Have you ever wondered what you were made of? Made of? The answer is cells. Cells are the teeny tiny building blocks of all living things, from the tallest giraffe to the smallest ant, and yes, even you. Think of cells like Lego bricks. Just like Legos can be put together to build all sorts of amazing things, cells work together to build you. They make your muscles move, help you think, and even fight off those pesky germs. Pretty cool, right? Now you might be thinking, if cells are so small, how can they do all that? Well, that's where things get even more interesting. Just like a bustling city, each cell has its own set of specialized compartments called organelles. These organelles work together like a well-oiled machine to keep the cell running smoothly. In the next few sections, we'll take a trip inside a cell and meet some of these amazing organelles up close. Get ready for an adventure into the microscopic world that makes up you. Let's start our journey with the cell's control center, the nucleus. This important organelle is like the brain of the cell, telling all the other parts what to do. The nucleus contains the cell's DNA, which is like a set of instructions that tells the cell how to grow, function, and even reproduce. Think of DNA as a giant cookbook filled with recipes. These recipes tell the cell how to make all the different proteins it needs to do its job. The nucleus is surrounded by a special membrane that acts like a wall, protecting the DNA inside. This membrane also has tiny holes called pores that act like doors, allowing important messages to travel in and out of the nucleus. So, remember, the nucleus is the boss, keeping everything in the cell running smoothly. Next stop on our cellular adventure is the powerhouse of the cell, the mitochondria. These bean-shaped organelles are responsible for producing energy for the cell to do all its work. Think of mitochondria as tiny power plants that convert food into usable energy through a process called cellular respiration. Just like a car needs fuel to run, our cells need energy to function. Mitochondria are unique because they have their own DNA, separate from the DNA found in the nucleus. This means they can replicate themselves within the cell. How cool is that? So next time you're feeling energized, remember the mighty mitochondria working hard in every one of your cells. Section 4. Building proteins, ribosomes at work. Now, let's meet the master builders of the cell, ribosomes. These tiny organelles are responsible for constructing proteins, which are the workhorses of the cell. Proteins do all sorts of important jobs, from building and repairing tissues to transporting molecules and fighting off infections. Think of ribosomes like tiny factories that use the instructions from DNA to assemble proteins from building blocks called amino acids. Ribosomes are found throughout the cell, both floating freely in the cytoplasm, the jelly-like substance that fills the cell, and attached to a network of tunnels called the endoplasmic reticulum, which we'll learn about next. Without ribosomes, our cells wouldn't be able to function. Section 5, packaging and shipping, the endoplasmic reticulum and Golgi apparatus. Hold on tight, because we're about to enter a cellular highway. The endoplasmic reticulum, ER for short, is a transport system within the cell. Think of it like a series of conveyor belts and tunnels. There are two types of ER, rough ER and smooth ER. Rough ER is covered in ribosomes. Smooth ER makes lipids and detoxifies substances. The Golgi apparatus packages and ships proteins and lipids. Think of it like the cell's post office. Vesicles transport cargo to other parts of the cell. Section 6, waste disposal and the cell membrane, keeping things tidy. Just like any well-run city, cells need a way to get rid of waste. That's where lysosomes come in. These small, round organelles act like the cell's garbage disposals. They contain powerful enzymes that break down waste products, worn-out organelles, and even bacteria and viruses that invade the cell. Finally, no tour of the cell would be complete without mentioning the cell membrane. This thin, flexible barrier surrounds the cell and controls what enters and exits. Think of it like a security gate that protects the cell and maintains its internal environment. The cell membrane is selectively permeable, meaning it allows some substances to pass through while blocking others. So there you have it. We've explored some of the amazing organelles that work tirelessly within our cells to keep us alive and kicking.